Hello, Miss learners from grade 10 to 12, or even any learner that's finance and want to know the difference between compound and simple interest. So I'll be showing you how to calculate them both. It's math literacy term 3 work. So I'll show you how to calculate them both. So let's say, for instance, you invested 10,000 rand at bank ABC for 5 years. Interest is earned at 10% per annum on simple interest. So simple interest is straight line method, right? So you have 10,000 rand invested for 10%. We can say 10 over 100 times 5 years, right? So in your calculator you say 10,000 and then you say 15 over 100. This is how much you get every year, and then you times that by 5, and then you will get 7,500 rand at the end of 5 years. So you take the amount that you invested, you multiply it by the percentage, and then you multiply it by the number of years in which the investment has been invested for. Or you can say 10,000 rand in your calculator times 10% times 5. Or just say times 10%. Yeah, it's still 10%, right? Why is it not giving? Let's see. 10,000 times 10 over 100. Oh, it's 1,000 rand. 1,000 rand times 5. So I think I didn't do the right percentage at first. I think I maybe did 15 here. So that's 5,000 rand. 5,000 rand. Because when you take that 10%, 10,000 rand, you times it by 10% times 5, it will still give you 5,000 at the end. So you still don't need to say 10 over 100 here. So it's good to double check your answer. Yeah, so this 5,000 rand, it's interest. There's the interest that you'll pay for 5 years, but 1,000 rand is the interest you pay each year, right? When you say 10,000 times 10%, you get 1,000 is the interest every year. So how much you will have at the end of 5 years? It's the 10,000 that you initially invested plus the 5,000 interest, which is now 15,000 is what you will have at the end of 5 years. Now let's do compound interest. And you invested 10,000 rand at bank ABC for 5 years. Interest is earned at 10% compounded annually. Calculate how much you will have at the end of 5 years. So with this, you start with 1. With compounded, you do it like this. You will have 10,000 rand times 10 over 100, or times 10%, and that will give you 1,000 rand, right? Yes, 10%, that will give you 1,000 rand. And then for year 2, you say 10,000 rand plus the 1,000 rand you got last year. That will give you 11,000. So we take this 11,000 rand, we times it by 10% to get the interest for this year. So we say 11 times 10 over 100. And this year the interest that we got is 1,000. The interest that we get this year is 11,100. So you said 10,000 that we initially invested plus the 1,000 interest we earned last year, we get 11. We take that 11,000 times by 10% and we get 1,100 for this year. And then we go to year 3. We take 11,000 rand plus the interest. We now have 11,000 rand. We had 11,000 rand at the beginning of year 2. Now at the beginning of year 3, we have 11,000 rand plus the interest we earn, which is 1,100. So we left 11,000 plus 1,100 plus, and that will give us 12,100. That equals to 12,100 rand. So we take that 12,100 rand times 10%. And that will give us 1,210 for year 3. This is how much interest. And then we have year 4. Year 4, we have 12,100 rand plus the 1,210 which we got last year, and that will give us 13,310. Now at the beginning of the year, this is how much we have. At the beginning of 4 years, we times it by 10%. Again, 10 over 100, and that's give us 1,331. This is the interest we have. And sorry, I didn't show that, guys. This is the interest we have at year 4. We started with 12,100 rand from last year when we had the 12,100 plus, yeah. We started with 12,100 plus the 1,210 interest of year 3. In year 4, that gives us 7,310. We times that by 10%. This is the interest we earn in year 4. And then in year 5, we had 13,310, and then we add 1,301 to that, and we get 13,310 plus 1,301, and we have 14,641. We times that by 10%. We times that by 10%, and that gives us 1,464.1. So when the total amount that we have at the end of 5 years is this 14,641 plus 1,464.1. So let's add that 14,641. We have 16,010. Yeah, that is 16,105 rand 1 cent. So this is the total amount that we have. But the interest that we have earned, we're going to start with the interest of this year, which is the first year. We got 1,000 interest first year. Second year, we had 1,100 interest. The third year, we got 1,210. The fourth year, we got 1,301. The fourth year, we got 1,464. So the interest is 1,000. Oh, yeah, I made a mistake. and the interest earned on this investment is 6,105 rand. As it's more compared to this 5,000 rand. So let's minus 5,000. We get 1,105 more with compound interest. So a compounded interest is exaggerated interest. Like there's so much return on it. It's the same as when you have taken a credit on compound interest, you are gonna be paying more. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and you find it quite informative. Share it with your classmates. They may also be in need of this type of information. Yeah, until the next one. Bye.